Zdravo! If you're anything like me, always a little late and not a big fan of numbers, maybe telling time in a new language can be stressful. But no worries, bez brige, because today I'm going to show you how to tell time in Serbian in a natural, easy and simple way. Hajde da počnemo. This is Serbian in 5 minutes. Short, simple lessons where you learn real Serbian, the language people use in everyday life, shaped by culture and real moments. In order to tell time in Serbian, of course, you first need numbers from 1 to 12. So let's see all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can see that we write 11 and 12, but when we say it fast and actually in a normal everyday speed, you just hear 11 and 12, slightly shorter. You will also need a few bigger numbers, such as 15, 15, 20, 20, 25, 25, 30, 30, and one more word, and that is half, pola, pola. In Serbia, we use the 24-hour system, so there is no AM and PM. Instead, we use ujutro, in the morning, prepodne, literally it means before noon, prepodne, poslepodne or popodne, after noon, and uveče, in the evening. Most of the time, people say the hours using numbers from 1 to 12, od 1 do 12, but they write them differently in the 24-hour format. So, for example, we would write like this, but we would actually say 5 sati, with an addition of popodne, 5 sati popodne, which can be there, but it's not necessary. You usually get it from the context. The standard question is koliko ima sati. You can also hear koliko je sati. These two questions mean the same thing. What is the time? You can also hear in everyday speech, aj baci pogled na sat. Koliko je? Well, take a look at the watch. Take a look at time. How much is it? What is it? Koliko je? Very short, very everyday speech style. For exact time, we tend to say tačno. Tačno means correct, but also means exactly. So if it is 1 o'clock, I would say tačno jedan. I can also say tačno je jedan. It is exactly 1 o'clock. No need to say sati. You can just say the number. Tačno jedan. You can also say tačno 2, tačno 3, tačno 4, and so on. When it's past the hour, Serbian is quite straightforward, up until it is 30 minutes past the hour. So let's see. 1 I 5. 1 I 10. 1 I 15. 1 i 20. 1 i 25. The pattern here is simple. Hour plus I plus minutes. At 30 minutes, the logic changes. So for example, 1:30 would actually be pola, remember the word that we learned, pola, half, pola, dva. Literally half of two. This usually confuses learners because of English language, because in English, the number that is before is actually important. In Serbian, it's not like that. And you actually look at the number that comes next. So it is pola dva. 1:30 is pola dva. Of course, you can always say 1 i 30, 1 and 30, but it doesn't sound natural. We wouldn't say that in everyday speech, although you would hear it on a TV or on a radio, in some very formal shows or in the news. After 1:30, we count the minutes toward the next hour. For example, 25 do 2, 25 till 2. 20 do 2, 20 till 2. 15 do 2, 10 do 2, 5 do 2. We can try to make an easy formula. For example, think of it like this. Before 30, you have hour plus minutes. At 30, you have pola plus the next hour. And after 30, you have a bit of math. So you have minutes do plus next hour. If you remember just this, the whole system becomes much easier. Now you try. What would this be? Da. Pola 5. And this one? Da. 15 do 7. Super. In Serbian, one word covers a lot. So sat is a watch, a clock, and an hour. One word covers everything. You might also hear the words such as čas, meaning a lot of different things actually. Čas as an hour. For example, sada je 8 časova. Now it is 8 o'clock. It is slightly more formal though. Čas can also be a lesson. Sada smo na času srpskog. Now we are at Serbian lesson. Čas we also use to say samo čas. Just give me a moment. Just a moment. So an old word used in many expressions, meaning a lot of different things. We also have časovnik as a clock, sat na zidu. So you can say imam časovnik. I have a clock. Older word, not that common today. Let's see some useful Serbian phrases for everyday speech. For example, kasnim, I'm late. Kasnim. Of course, you should add izvini. Kasnim, sorry, I'm late. You can also say žurim, I'm in a hurry. Žurim. You can also add izvini. Izvini žurim, sorry, I'm in a hurry. Samo čas, we mentioned this one, just a moment, just a bit, samo čas. And the variations. Samo malo, just a bit, literally. Samo sekund, just a second. Samo minut, just a minute. Za 2 minuta, in 2 minutes. Well, whenever somebody is asking kad stižeš, when are you arriving, I usually say za 2 minuta, in 2 minutes, even though it's not fully correct. You can also say tu sam za 5 minuta, I'm there in 5 minutes. Well, we also say it very freely. It's not usually very correct, very punctual, but we say tu sam za 5 minuta. And usually we are just leaving the house at that moment. As I said before, vežbajte, practice. Try to tell the time, anytime, bilo kad. And once you get the system, which is not that difficult, it will really, really become logical and easy. I hope that you liked today's lesson as well as the previous ones, and see you very soon. See you next Wednesday. Vidimo se uskoro, vidimo se sljedeće srede.